I'm Mrs. McDonald, and I'm here to read another story to you today. Here is a story about a worm. It's called Carl and the Meaning of Life. What does a worm know about the meaning of life? Maybe we'll have to read this book and find out. You know, I've learned a lot about worms from reading books, and maybe I'll learn something from this one. It's by Deborah Friedman. So join me by my garden with this wonderful book about worms. Carl and the Meaning of Life. Carl was not a bird. Carl was not a bear or a beaver. Carl was an earthworm. He lived underground, moving, always moving, burrowing, tunneling, digesting dead leaves, feasting and casting, turning hard dirt into fluffy soil day after day. Carl is very hardworking. Why? Asked a field mouse, gathering seeds. Why do you do that? Why? Carl did not know. But now he needed to find out. So Carl stopped making fluffy soil. I'll be right back, he told the field mouse. Oh, off he goes. He spotted a rabbit. Maybe she knew. Why do I do what I do? He asked her. Oh, goodness dear, she said. I do not know. I do what I do for my babies. But Carl did not have any babies. A fox appeared. Carl turned to the fox. Why do I do what I do? Asked Carl. Who do I do it for? For whom? Replied the fox. Alas, my meal awaits. I am here for the hunt. But Carl did not want to hunt. Why are you talking to a fox? Cried a squirrel. Carl was startled. Because the field mouse is waiting and wants to know what I'm here for. The squirrel declared, I'm here to plant trees. Trees are where I sleep. But Carl could not sleep, not high in a tree, and not without an answer for the mouse. He pushed on. Oh, he's pushing on and on and on. What? And on. Hours turned into days until the soil was no longer fluffy. The ground around Carl turned barren and dry. Who? While he continued to search. Why? But the birds had flown off to find grasses and fluff. The bear trundled away to look for berries. Soon there was nobody left to talk to. What about me? Called Carl. Oh, they're all leaving. Oh, and the grass isn't green either. The clouds were silent, so was the air. I will never find out, he sniffled. Then Carl heard his sniffle echo, followed by a squeak. I can't find any grubs, a voice cried. It was the saddest ground beetle he had ever seen. Carl peeked under a stone. No grubs. He poked at the dirt. It was hard like a rock. Where was his fluffy soil? Suddenly, Carl knew what he needed to do. I'll be back, he promised. For hours, into days, weeks, into months, Carl munched, digested, left castings, and tunneled, and turned that hard dirt back into rich soil. You made my seeds grow, said the mouse. Clover blossomed once again, and the rabbit came back with her kits. The squirrel returned to plant new trees. The fox was lured by the hunt, all of them able to do what they do. How? Well, why not ask Carl? So, I guess that's supposed to tell us what's the meaning of life. What do you think that is? Now look, I brought one of my friends to show you. Here's my little Carl. I'm out here by my garden, and I was thinking today about how my friends, the worms, are working out here in my garden even before I'm going to be able to work in my garden. I was able to plant my potatoes, but it's not quite time for me to plant my other seeds. But even though I'm not out here working, my worm friends are working, tunneling and making castings and making the soil nice and fluffy and loose so that my plants can grow in the garden. So, you know, some people call little worms little farmers, and they are. If you watch as he goes by on my hand, he's leaving castings on my hand. Worm poop. But it's not worm poop, it's fertilizer. It's fertilizer to help my garden grow. And I am going to put it in my garden, and I am so thankful for worms that help my garden grow. Well, little Carl, I can tell that you want to find your way back into my soil to get my garden ready for my plants. So I will let you go. See, he can't get into my hand. He's looking for dirt. Okay. I just am fascinated by my friend. I used to think worms were really disgusting. Slimy, sickening, yuck. But once I learned about all the wonderful things that worms do for us, I started to look at them a little bit different. So, I hope that we can all be good workers just like the worms, doing what we're supposed to do, right? So you go do the next right thing. I'll talk to you later. Bye.